Al-Andalus reframed, what the Moors brought and what's myth, animated map of the Iberian Peninsula, blooming into vibrant cities of Al-Andalus. What did the Moors really bring to medieval Spain? And which stories about Al-Andalus are just myths dressed in gold? Welcome to Al-Andalus Reframed, where we peel back centuries of legend to find the real story. Spoiler alert, it's not Dark Ages meets Enlightenment, and that matters. 1. The conquest that changed everything. In 711 CE, Tariq ibn Ziyad and his Berber-Arab army crossed from North Africa, quickly toppled Visigothic rule in what became known as Al-Andalus. Córdoba rose as a capital of brilliance, eventually under al-Rahman I, who founded the Emirate around 756 and began building the iconic Great Mosque. 2. Center of learning, and not a myth. Forget the Dark Ages, Al-Andalus was a beacon of knowledge. Córdoba was Europe's metropolis of learning, with legendary libraries reportedly holding hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, flourishing under rulers like al-Rahman III and Al-Hakam II. European scholars flocked to its universities, absorbing Arabic science, philosophy, and math that would fuel the Renaissance. 3. Architectural fusion and cultural cross-pollination. Look around, and you'll see Andalusian legacy everywhere, from horseshoe arches to lush courtyards. The Great Mosque of Córdoba, inspired by Damascus's mosque, was crafted with Byzantine glass mosaic techniques. This Moorish aesthetic blended into churches and synagogues, giving rise to the Mudéjar style, a perfect symbol of creative hybridization. 4. Gastronomy, irrigation, and words with stameness. What about food? The Moors turned up the flavor, introducing rice, saffron, almonds, citrus, chickpeas, staples that still define Spanish cuisine. They also revolutionized farming with advanced irrigation systems like norias and acequias, changing the landscape forever. And yes, Spanish got richer. Words like aceituna and aceite trace back to Arabic roots. 5. Brilliant minds of Al-Andalus. Let's meet some game changers. Al-Zahawi, Abul Qasis, medieval surgery king. His 30-volume medical encyclopedia had Europe taking notes for centuries. Averroes, Ibn Rushd, who revived Aristotle in the West. Avaz ibn Firnas, a true Renaissance man, musician, inventor, even dared to fly. Add to this Maimonides, Jewish philosopher, Azarfel the astronomer, and countless poets, scientists, and scholars plying ideas across Al-Andalus. 6. The myth of convivencia. How peaceful was it really? Convivencia, living together, sounds dreamy, Muslims, Christians, and Jews coexisting peacefully, but historians warn this image is more idealized myth than reality. Attacks, religious tensions, and power struggles weren't rare. I stumbled upon some Muslim writings. They enveloped a lack of tolerance for these other religions. 7. When glory fades, fragmentation and reconquista. Al-Andalus didn't fade, it fragmented. The Caliphate of Córdoba fractured into lots of taifas, weakening the region. The Enlightenment journey, that's when Christian kingdoms gained ground, and by 1492, Granada fell, the end of an era. 8. So, what sticks? And what's fiction? Here's the truth in a nutshell. Legit contributions, groundbreaking architecture, scientific breakthroughs, culinary legacies, linguistic influence, and knowledge that helped spark early modern Europe. Myths to question, oversimplified harmony, convivencia, and golden era nostalgia that downplays tensions and the richness of pre-Islamic Iberian civilization. Montage, Alhambra, scholars in courtyards, modern Spanish markets with Moorish motifs. Al-Andalus wasn't a fairy tale utopia, but it was a crossroads of innovation, creativity, and cultural fusion. Want more myth-busting episodes? Hit like, subscribe, and tell us what chapter of history we should revisit next. All right?